Hello boys and girls, we have a TK Customs spring kit for a J-frame and it also includes an extended firing pin. So let's try to install it and see if the gun works a little better. Just off the top of my head, this gun is like 30 years old. This is one of the best triggers I experienced, period. And you know, maybe it's not gonna really benefit from a new set of springs, but you know, they're new. And hopefully, you know, it will help anyway, right? It cannot hurt installing new springs, but it may be even heavier pull because this one is buttery smooth right now. So I'm getting better at this, I think. So I'm gonna try to see what's going on. The first thing you need to do is to take out the main spring, and to do that you have to basically actuate the trigger, which is I mean, you understand that you need to take off the grips, right? Then you need to take off the cylinder. To take off the cylinder, you take out this screw. There's a screw over here. You rotate the cylinder out and it just slides out, right? And just in case we have some beginner gunsmiths over here, I'll just show it to you really quick. This is the cylinder crane, and basically the way it works is this is like when the gun is closed, right? So you have this side plate over here and you have a screw. So this screw is the one that holds the cylinder in place. So you take out this screw and the side plate will still be on, right? I'm just gonna take it out right now. So you open the cylinder and it just freely slides out with the crane, like so. So that's how you take it out. It's a single screw that holds it in place over there. And then, you know, it's not gonna be in the way, so you just set it aside. Then you take off two more screws over here, this and that, which sometimes might be easier said than done. In my case, I had to make a trip to the gunsmith because one of these screws would not come out. But anyway, so you take off these two screws and then you have the internals. So the first thing you have to do is take out the main spring, which is this one right here. So go ahead and take that out. I honestly don't quite understand what is this kit, because there seems to be more springs that I really need for this project, and I don't know. I don't know why, but I do see the two springs that I will definitely need. There's the main spring, which is this smaller one. I don't know what that big one is. Did the TK just throw it in? Or maybe there are some different J-frames that I'm not aware of, and some J-frames use one, some J-frames use the other. Or maybe yet they are for different trigger pull strength. So I actually don't know. There are no instructions that came with this. I understand there are instructions online. Maybe I should have done some more research, but I'm just gonna go for it. And I'm just gonna disregard that bigger spring over here. That big one, I don't see anything like that over there. The smaller one seems like the main spring, and this one seems like the like the trigger return spring, and that little one seems like the one that will work with the firing pin. And I'm also going to replace a firing pin, because this one, they call it like an extended firing pin, which is supposed to work a little better. So that's what I'm going for over here. Okay, so after some reading online, I actually read, so these are two different mainsprings. One is for 7.5 pounds and one is for 8 pounds. I don't quite understand. I guess you have a choice which one you're gonna use. So I'm gonna go for the lighter one, I guess. I don't even know which one would be lighter one. I'm guessing the thinner one would be the lighter one, but that's not guaranteed. Maybe I'll feel it and I'll make a decision. But before we get there, we need to continue with this disassembly. So first things first, we have to take out the main spring. And if I understand correctly, you pull this. Okay, so you pull that. Hold on, I wasn't ready. So what you do is you press the trigger, and to do that you need to there's a trigger release, this one, right? So you have to pull back on that, and this will allow you to press the trigger. When you press the trigger, this mainspring compresses, and there's a hole that you will see. It will pop up over here, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take like a some kind of pin. I have this titanium pin over here for that purpose, and you have to stick it in there, and that way you're gonna be able to take out the mainspring. So let's do that really quick, and I'm gonna try to hold it so that you can see. So first thing, we have to release because the trigger will not push on like that. So we have to release that. Oh, and I just fired something. So you have to be careful so not to fire at the same time. And just press it until, okay, so I don't really, I cannot do it so you can see it. So I'm gonna just do it off camera. So you have to press it almost all the way out, but without firing, right? And then you will see a hole, because this will contract. There's gonna be a hole over here, and that's where you stick this pin that you have, and then it will come out. So I'm gonna do that off camera. It's actually fairly easy to do, you know. It just sometimes when you try to make it look good on camera, it's shooting yourself in the foot, so to speak. So this is what it looks like. You can take it out, and then the next thing, you can take out pretty much everything else from here. Next thing you want to do is, this is an internal hammer. You want to take that out. It should come out the same way, so you have to partially compress the trigger. It will start going this way, and it will fall out. Let's just give it a try, okay? So once again, you push over here on the cylinder release, right? I mean the trigger release. Now you can press the trigger, which is very easy to do right now. You see it? And now hopefully it falls out. Fall out. It's not falling out. And, you know, just work with it. Try to find the right angle over here. Obviously, it's well designed, so it will fall out somehow. Okay, so this fell out. That's your hammer. That's what it looks like. And now is a good time to clean this. So get your paper towels or whatever. I like microfiber towel cloths or whatever, microfiber thing. It works very well. It cleans really good and doesn't leave a lot of debris, like maybe the paper may leave. So just now you have this hammer. It's your internal hammer. It's clean. Leave it to the side. This is where you see your internals. Keep in mind that you know, this part is kind of you know, there's a spring in there, so just keep it, you know, make sure it's pressed in. Like, don't mess with this part. But this is also a good time to clean everything. So just get in there with your whatever it is you're using to clean it with. Just give it a good wipe, and it will stay clean for you before you lube it. And you know, we are going to be lubing it as well. I mean, when I use CLP, which is a cleaner lubricant protectant, you know, it's already all lubricated kind of in a way, but I'm also going to use some gun oil on the internals, and I can see that, you know, doesn't look too bad now. When I first started cleaning it, this gun is like over 30 years old. All the oil was like sticky. It was old. It was not quite working well. And even with all that, this was like incredible shooting experience at the range. Just a testament to these old Smith & Wesson This one was made from year 1993 to 1996. What I could deduce, just an incredible firearm, works really, really well, you know, 30 years old, great trigger, you know. I don't really feel the need to do anything, but you know, let's just give it a maintenance, you know, give it a new spring, new firing pin, you know, it cannot hurt, right? It can only help. As I'm examining this firearm, this is, I don't know why, because it's old, I don't see the pin that holds the firing pin in place. There should be a pin here which you just pull out with tweezers or needle nose pliers, and I don't see that. So at this point I won't be replacing the firing pin because I don't understand how it's being retained over here. This is at this point it's above my pay grade. I see some other pins. There's this top one, maybe you have to take it out from this side. It could be the case. I don't understand this, and I'm not gonna mess with this part, right? That's above my pay grade. You need I think in my case, I would refer to a gunsmith for that. So maybe the next time I'm at the gunsmith, I'll bring this up. But right now, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and this is the rebound spring. I'm gonna pull that out, this one. And so I'm gonna replace this one. But I'm not gonna bother with, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm not gonna bother with the firing pin. And hopefully this 30-year-old firing pin can hold on for another 20 to 30 years, or you know, in the next trip at the gunsmith. So I'm always a little intimidated with the taking out the rebound spring. It's a pretty strong spring. Basically what you do, and there is a tool for this, but I don't have a tool for that. I never had a tool, but I always kind of just struggled and managed to do it every time. So you push on that spring through the opening, and then you kind of pull everything out, you know. So you push on that spring, pull everything out, and also use your thumb to hold the spring, because it will fly across the room if you're not careful. So that is something that I always kind of struggle with, but at the same time I always get it done. You know, it's a little intimidating, and I am intimidated, but I always get it done. So if you're careful, you just lifted it up and you had your thumb in a good spot, you capture this spring, and it will come out like so. And that's your rebound mechanism over here. It can go back, but the next step is to put the new spring. So this is the old one. I guess we don't need it. It's pretty stiff. Let's see what the new one feels like. Overall, this old trigger is pretty good. It's not too heavy. Right, so this is a new spring. Definitely lighter feeling. Okay, I see you. Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be, you know, the next challenge. So you, where you pulled out this old rebound spring, right? You go ahead and put the new one in and get it in there. Whatever you have to do, get it done, get it in there. So I got it in, you know, just use the screwdriver and my fingers, just push it in, and then push that whole rebound mechanism, and the rebound spring is going to be in place, and you're good there. At this point, that's what you need. So the last kind of thing, okay, so we have two main springs to choose from. Right away I can tell they're vastly different, but it's kind of hard to say which one is lighter. For the love of me, for the life of me, what do you guys think? Let's say this is lighter. I want to go with the lightest one, right? So I can really feel the difference. I'm gonna say this is lighter. Okay, so so this cup, the retaining cup, the TK gives you a new cup. You have a new cup over here, and I'm gonna use the new cup because it's really beefy, and you can use the vice grips, and kind of it will help you to get this cup on there, because that's a big challenge. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this pin from here, which gonna make this spring wanna fly out. It's a strong spring, it's a mainspring. The cup is gonna wanna fly out, so you have to use your fingers and kind of just you know, just be careful with this. Try to capture everything so nothing flies out on you. And you know, it's just a matter of pulling it out. So at this point, you know, you have this cup, which I'm not gonna reuse. You have this spring, and let's compare it to the new ones. Okay, I guess new ones are lighter. Yeah, and the new ones are lighter. Well, definitely, that's the point. So now the challenge is to get this on there. So what you want to do, you go ahead and get that cap on there, and then you have to press it in, right? You have to press it in until that hole, you see this hole over here? It has to show up on the other side of the cup, and then you have to secure it with this pin again. And that's the challenge. It's not so easy to do as I recall. So let's give it a try. Let's see what we can do here. Right now, these new springs are so light, actually. I might be able to do it. But if not, okay, the retaining cap is somewhere in this room, but it's really far away. Get yourself a set of vice grips, right? And that should give you a good purchase on this you know, retaining cup over here. So right now, you know, I have a lot of purchase over here, so I can just push it for days, and that makes the job a little easier. So once again, same process, just push it down, and with the vice grips it's a little easier for sure. So right now we have it in this configuration, like so, okay, so at this point we should be able to go ahead and install it. So let's, you know, it's like the backwards of what we were just doing. And I want to make sure I'm not, old springs I don't need, right? The new one I did not use, and the firing pin I did not use. So you want to install the hammer back. Same way, you know, this trigger has to be pressed, and this will go in, hopefully, if it will. You hope it will go in. It did go in, but I have to figure out what's going on here. All right, so I figured it out and I installed it, no problem. So what happened is, make sure that when you install the hammer, the trigger is all the way pressed, and push everything on it, push it down, so everything is kind of pressed in. The only thing that's left is to install the main spring, and we are good to go. And that should be pretty easy. Hopefully, when I pull this thing out, pull the pin out, we're good to go, right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. The pin is out. Everything, just push it in. Should be good. Should be good. Should be very light trigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some oil on the parts that I feel like will be needing some lubrication here. Just maybe a couple dabs of oil in these areas, and I'm gonna close the plate and we'll see what we have as far as pull. All right, and we don't want to use too much oil, just a little bit on the joints. Do we even need it everywhere? I mean, it's not something you don't need necessarily, but at the same time, you don't need a lot. I think we're good. Fine. I don't like to overdo the oil ever, but you know, a little bit is fine. Some joints over here, over there. All right, so we're good. Should I test it? I think we're good. I mean, everything seems to be working. All right, so let's go ahead and close the plate. And you know, Smith & Wesson has a very good tolerances. This is 1990s gun, so that's before everything went horribly wrong. I'm gonna use a little of lubrication on the crane. Cannot necessarily hurt if it's just a little bit. Again, overdoing the oil might have a negative effect as well, and that's because oil does attract dust and dirt, and also the gunpowder, so it has to be balanced. Don't use it liberally, use it appropriately. So once we put the crane in, and now you can shoot this. It does feel lighter. I don't know how light it is, but let's close it off and measure. And once again, one of these screws I had a really hard time, and the gunsmith helped me take it out. I also kind of marred the finish on this plate over here. That's my doing. I messed it up big time. This screw is having a really hard time getting back in there, but it's in, and that's all you need really. Just want to make sure this plate is sitting tight, and I think it does. Okay, so let's just... If you guys are unsure about any of this, go and meet your local gunsmith. See what kind of person they are. See if you guys connect. See if you guys can be friendly. See what they say. You know, those people are there to help you with your needs. When it comes to guns, go make some local business busy. All right, so wow is all I can say. I do feel the difference big time, just big time. Again, so this, the J-frame comes with about 12-pound pull, 12 to 13-pound pull. J-frame is not known for a good trigger, but this gun is, 32 years old. I'm never gonna stop enjoying saying that. And you know, it was about 10.6 pounds. So it's not as heavy as a new J-frame because it's old. All the springs got tired, you know, and you know, the internal parts kind of work together, and you don't have as heavy of a pull. That's one way to get yourself a really nice trigger. If you don't want to go to a gunsmith, just wait 30 years, right? And then so this one, it does feel lighter, even lighter than what I just had on there. And I'm guessing, I mean, they promised like 9.5 pounds. Let's see if that's gonna be the case. Because right now I had 10.8. And, you know, as any reasonable person, that's not enough. Never enough. All right, so let's see. This is so light now. I mean, it comes a point where you don't want it any lighter, you know, because it's like, is it even safe at this point? But let's measure it and let's see what it really comes down to. If I can even close this. This is such a good grip. But again, everything is old and good. Oldie, but a goodie. All right, so we have that. This is such a good grip. This form of this grip reminds me of what comes on the new 640 today, the 3-finger grip. It provides a really good purchase on this gun. So let me get the trigger scale and we'll measure this trigger. Check this out, guys. We now have exactly 9-pound pull, 9 pounds of, it feels just marvelous. I mean, the 10.8 felt amazing, but this feels surreal right now. Like you can hardly believe what's happening when you're doing. Jeez, sometimes like it makes you wonder: is this too light? Is there such a thing? There's a take up. I can do this all day, guys. Officially. I can do this all day and I will do this all day. This is so good. So, you know, I'm gonna keep the old springs just in case, you know. Never hurts to have extra parts. Or does it? There's some oil coming out from here. I mean, this has been through a thorough cleaning today. This gun is very clean, very lubed, very maintained. This has been waiting for many years to be taken care of. It's a great gun regardless. Even if you don't take care of it, it's a great gun. Like I said, when I got it, I took it to the range. It's been amazing at the range. I could barely open the cylinder. When you open the cylinder, you don't, like right now, there is that sound. You didn't have that sound because there was no definite stopping point. All this grime and old oil was built up over here and the old gunpowder, and it would not like open all the way and it would not make this sound. Like so, right? Right now it's clean. It has like all kinds of walk and talk everywhere where you close it. It clicks, it snaps, it makes sounds appropriate for this, whatever you're doing. That first part of pulling the trigger, like it's like it gets easier as you pull. I have to get used to this. It's 9 pounds. I don't know if you guys experienced the 9-pound double double action pull on a revolver. It feels unusual, to say the least. I have to get used to this, without a doubt. And if I mean, it's like complaining that the bread is too soft, you know, give me some soft bread, you know, here it is. Oh, this is too soft, you know. Is there such a thing? There's such a thing as a too soft or too light of a pull. I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. A wonderful J-frame over here, wonderful firearm. It's 30 years old and going. It's gonna go on. I mean, there are some firearms that are much older than that. There are some that are 100 years old. This is not any kind of collectible item. It's a tool. It's a very fun tool. It's a tool that works very, very well. It's a very nice performing thing. And I think let's keep it for 30 more years, right? There's a lot of these 442. It's a budget revolver. There's nothing special about it. Smith & Wesson made a lot of these. They're supremely popular. Everybody has them, so it seems. And my recommendation, everybody should have them. If you don't have one, go and get yourself one. In my books, this is a great thing, and Smith & Wesson has done the right thing by making it's a budget revolver. It's cheap. All the right parts are there. Everything you need is there. They did not skip on quality, at least with this one. It's a quality product. By the way, I'm kind of geeking out on this old school cylinder release. The new ones don't look like this. If you guys know, you know. By the way, yeah, this screw is good. This is how the modern cylinder release is stylized. And some people, you know, the old school guys are saying that it works, but the old school works better, right? So I'm kind of geeking out about this thing. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in.